Cancer. It's your girl Jay, the High Priestess, back at it again with the general tarot reading for Cancer, Sun, Moon, and Rising for Aries season 2023, baby. Welcome to 2023. Happy New Year. Happy spring equinox. Oh my God, look at me about to tell y'all to hydrate, and I'm not even doing it myself, darling. Hold, please. So, practicing what you preach is clearly a thing in Aries season. And that would make sense because Cancer, Sun, Moon, and Rising in Aries season, you are about to get Mars. Well, it's really going to impact Cancer suns and really Cancer risings. Woo, okay, hydrate. Light it if you got it. As we create a benevolent and safe space for our benevolent ancestors, Mother God, Father God, Mother Earth. Thanking you for the most useful, helpful, and divinely aligned messages for Cancer, Sun, Moon, and Rising for Aries season 2023. Clear it out. And Aries coming into your sign is definitely going to help you do that, especially those with Cancer risings. That means you Cancer risings, Mars is coming into your first house. And so your first house, like how others see you, like what you choose to show the world, like your identity, your connection to me, your concept of me is getting the god of war. And the planet that governs our motivation, that governs drive, ambition, our physical, spiritual, and sexual energy. No, I like it up there. So there is definitely going to be some shifts. Be sure to check out your Sun, Moon, and Rising. Patreon gets everything first. Patreon.com/justjeverything. All the links are in the description box below. I just want to get into it. Empty your lungs, Cancer. Take a deep breath. We thank you for the restoration and fullness and wholeness of our lungs and respiratory system. Whew. So we welcome in the most useful, helpful, and divinely aligned messages for Cancer, Sun, Moon, and Rising for Aries season 2022. Cancer and Aries square each other because they're at 90-degree angles. All the, I don't know why I just said 20. All the cardinal signs square each other. Nice. First card out is the Hierophant. I felt it. There's like, what's keeping you from the next level? First thing, Cancer, Sun, Moon, and Rising to be clarified on the Selenite throne. What's keeping you from the next level? What's going on with your relationship to tradition, to structure, discipline, to religion, groups, dogma, this Taurus, your profession, the law, morals, ethics, doing the right fucking thing. What's going on with your relationship to finding the keys to something. 10 of Pentacles on the bottom of the deck. Family, connection, wholeness, stillness, friends. I feel like people are starting to look up to you, or people already are looking up to you. Some of you, I just feel like if you already are in a place of authority, that's going to be increasing, or money's going to be coming from that, or stability is going to be coming from that. The Emperor, that's Mars coming into Cancer. It's going to definitely help elevate you going from the 4 to the 5. So there's definitely something going on with I also feel like your relationship to like the binary duality, moral, like the moral pillars of your life, the ethical binary code of your life, your moral code, your moral compass. What holds your ceiling up? What holds your ceilings up? For some of you, there's something about school, something shifting, maybe a benefit from going to school. There'd be financially beneficial for you to go to school, or you are graduated and now the financial benefit has come in some sort of way. But I do feel like also there may be somebody that's just older than you, wiser than you, that's coming in or is helping you. Seek out people who are older and wiser. Seek out professionals. I feel like people are seeking you out for insight in some sort of way. There's like conflict resolution. If there's conflict in your life, the resolution is education. It's information. It's doing the right thing. There's something about a moral authority, maybe becoming a moral authority. Maybe some of you are going to school for like social work, law, justice, becoming a lawyer, becoming a social, or something of that nature, law, justice, clergy, studying, psychology, sociology, philosophy, the esoterica. Like, there's just studying and information, going back to school, asking the older, the wiser, the elderly, would be beneficial. Next thing that came out was the Queen of Wands and the Three of Wands. I love this. So there's definitely like, you reach for education, you reach for information, Cancer, Sun, Moon, and Rising, and there is definitely this uptick in your physical, spiritual, and sexual energy that's naturally going to happen in Aries season. But I do feel like you will move more freely about the cabin if you access your better knowing. It's like, now that you like know better, you can do better. Cancer, Sun, Moon, and Rising. So far, there's a lot of fire out, and that makes sense. You're getting Mars. So trust and believe this, like your relationship to like the visionary. Like, I feel like you're making your dreams come true. If there may be goals or aspirations or something that's going on where you can study. It doesn't have to be like going back to university for some of you, but this could be hell, like YouTube University. Some of you may be becoming a mentor, getting an assistant, getting an apprentice, or giving an apprenticeship, or offering mentorship or something of that nature. Giving help, possibly investing your wisdom, your knowledge into someone with Taurus, Libra, Aries, Leo, or Sagittarius placements. But I do feel like there is this looking forward in the ways that, like, I feel like in Aries season, like, you're looking forward to stuff, or the things that you have been looking forward to, you now get to like look back on in Aries season. Excuse me. Like, there's like these things that you've been pushing to accomplish for some of you, and now they're behind you, and now you're like having to dream new dreams, look forward in new ways. Cancer, Sun, Moon, and Rising. I also feel like there are huge shifts this season in regards to your relationship to your physical, spiritual, and your sexual energy. It's time to make sure that you're wielding your sexual energy very wisely, that you're being practical about your passions, that you're pursuing and being diligent and consistent about whatever it is that you're trying to draw in. I feel like there could be some sort of blockage to tap into when it comes to like your root chakra, when it comes to your solar plexus chakra, when it comes to your basic like primal instinct, when it comes to your willpower, your and or your sexuality. There just could be like shifts going on there. Three of Cups at the bottom of the deck, so I do definitely feel like some of you are being celebrated. I also feel like some of you are making new friends, bringing in new people into your life, turning your back on toxic third-party situations, toxic love situations, or old wounds. It just feels like you're like done with that stuff. I think that was the Queen of Wands that wanted to come out. But I feel like there's a lot, the court is very active this season. So I do feel like, you know, the sun is coming out. Things are warming up. And you're wanting to get out and about. I do feel like traveling is going to be a thing. Traveling will be important. Making sure that you know why you're doing what you're doing. Making sure that you understand at the center of the reading very clearly what you need to turn your back on in order to pursue these dreams, because your ships are coming in. You've set things into motion, Cancer, Sun, Moon, and Rising, and your stuff has come. You've set things in motion, and like things are happening. Making sure you're not taking a passive approach with your life or the divine or this Aries, Leo, or Sagittarius. There may be somebody with Aries, Leo, or Sagittarius, someone that placement, someone that's very fiery, someone that is maybe an entrepreneur or is very, you know, loud or assertive or upbeat, someone very attractive maybe, that I feel like you want to travel with, or you can learn a lot from, or they're like learning a lot from you. Three of Wands with the Queen of Wands. That is 4 Wands, which is Venus in Aries, which that's where Venus is while I'm filming this, but Venus will be going into Taurus, and Venus is the Hierophant. That's the first card that's showing up. Venus, how's Venus in Aries been? I feel like a lot of you are always expecting Venus or, you know, I just feel like there's sometimes you can expect Venus coming into your sign and it's going to be this like whirlwind romance, and often it's money or like an update in business or really beautiful experiences, new insight, new inspiration, possibly this chair. But this is Venus, and so Venus has been in Aries. I feel like Venus in Aries season, Venus will be in rulership in Taurus, and there is this check out the Aries season astrology video. It's going to give you all the important transits and whatnot. But I feel like Venus, the planet of love, art, beauty, money, is shifting this season, and you need to pay attention to what you're attracting in. Venus is attraction, and Venus attracts. And so Venus being in Taurus, the sign of I have, there's like, you know, what's going on monetarily. Going into Venus, going into the Gemini, the sign of I think. I just feel like there's this there's just movement. And what wanted to flip out was the 8 of Pentacles and the 8 of Wands, but I got caught up and I didn't necessarily, I feel like I held I held it from flipping out. And so I feel like there is this change of pace. You feel a shift in the current. You feel a shift in the tide, Cancer. And I feel like the pace is picking up. You know what to turn your back on. You know what to focus on. You know what to discard. The divine is helping you break and acknowledge these cycles. And I want to take those, but I just feel like I halted the process somehow. Oh my gosh, I've really like messed up my deck. What is happening? I cut it in half, and then I saw the Ace of Swords, and I know you just saw the Death card poke out. Cancer. So there's definitely like shifts in perspective. Things unexpectedly happening, unexpectedly coming in. With the Three of Wands, it's like, hey, what have you set in motion? And whatever it is that you set in motion, I feel like you're, reaping what you sow. Experiencing like the harvest of some seeds that you've planted. Wish fulfillment possibly coming in. But I feel like Cancer, Sun, Moon, and Rising, you've really got to tend to how you feel. Mars in your sign is going to force you, if not at least motivate you, to feel your feelings versus thinking your feelings. Cancer, Sun, Moon, and Rising. And I feel like there's so much profound wisdom and understanding and new activity and new passions that start to arise from that. Fun activities coming in, getting out of the stale and stagnant and stuffy into the sun, into the light, into the warmth. There is just, and then the Magician coming in. Maybe somebody with Gemini or Virgo placements coming in, but I just feel like you got the magic. You got like the Midas touch. Even like the wand is touching this little star in my background. It's just like ding. There is something about you are enough. You have everything that you need. The Magician makes shit happen, baby. If you're looking for a sign, it's now. Go. You have everything you need. Go. Move forward towards big ideas. Move forward in life. It's time to take action. And this is Mercury. And Mercury is going into Taurus too. So our thoughts are going to be like really practical. I feel like Mercury being in Taurus, there's just a lot of lessons coming. Final card, final message for Cancer, Sun, Moon, and Rising. Still just a lot of insight, but I feel like you're getting back to you. 5, 3, 1. There's like this insight, this reset, or this like countdown, or this. This doesn't feel like going backwards necessarily. It just feels like a tempering. I feel like there's a lot of divine support that's coming in the closer that we get to Taurus season. But the whole point is for you to get structured about what you know, set things in motion, the visions you have in your head, these entrepreneurial pursuits and ideas, these inspirational people that you want to be around and that you want to support or pour into or invest into. You've got to reach out. You've got to set things in motion. You've got to keep your heart open. You've got to articulate. You've got to communicate and express yourself. Cancer, Sun, Moon, and Rising, what have you learned about yourself? What skills, talents do you need to develop? What do you need to harness your willpower into? What's going on with your willpower? I feel like there is this like beautiful, the Hermit and the Six of Wands. There is this beautiful like metamorphosis, you coming out of the shell. I feel like so many of you have done your part to really have your own version of Into the Wild. And you really are able to like govern your own moral compass. That's what I'm going to call it, the moral compass. I don't know. It's just like, or a moral authority. I feel like, who is your moral authority? Who checks you? Some of you, okay. Oh, this is a good thing. Okay, so I just had this like conversation. I'm going to do my best to like keep this as anonymous as possible. But like, I was talking about this person and how this like dangerous behavior is going unchecked. And is this dangerous behavior is going unchecked because fuck, I can't tell the story without telling the story, and so it's too close. So just be careful of like make sure you have people that around you that you trust to fucking check you. There are like 3 people in my life who I trust, who I'm like, babe, call me the fuck out. Check and collect, ho. Check and collect. Please check me. Please come and collect me. Gather me all the way up. If I'm wrong, I say I'm wrong. And if I'm wrong and I don't see it, please tell me, because with love comes correction. And I feel like there's this bottom of the deck, there's this like beautiful metamorphosis, this beautiful growing up, this spiritual, creative, this like emotional and spiritual maturation that gives way to this like creative maturation, this emotive, like romantic maturation. So there may be somebody mature, spiritual balance, maybe a little hard to read coming in, someone that you didn't see the way that you didn't originally, you didn't know what you were getting into. But I just feel like there's so much to learn from being willing to see everything for what it is and everyone for as they are. Final card is going to have to be the Hermit, because I'm going to take heed to those messages. And so the bottom of the deck will be the 6 of Wands, which is beautiful because all of this is coming up because the Divine's letting you know, hey, this is a season of action. This is a season of moving forward. This is a season of trusting yourself. This is a season of allowing yourself to hold your intuition and your emotions as in high regard as you do your logic. I feel like there is this, with it's Aries season, Aries requires action. There's this instinctual need to like move. And also like in Aries without a goal is unbridled chaos. So I feel like especially in water signs and Cancer, Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio people, placement people, in Aries season, you really need to make sure you have a goal. You have something that you're moving towards, because you will be like successfully like like scooted. Like, I don't know. I just felt like there was like this like puff of divine wind, like moving you forward somehow, moving you forward, elevating you, growing you up, helping you become more masterful, helping you look at the ways that you've held yourself back because you've been afraid, helping you look at your relationship to indecision, your relationship to willful blindness, your relationship to stuckness, your relationship to defensiveness, your relationship to your logic, and what's keeping you, because this is not the place you make decisions from. This level of transparency and nudity and divine communication, this is where you make big decisions from, not her. I love you. I'm excited to see you over on Patreon. Patreon.com/justjeverything. See ya, baby. For the full version of the video, go to Patreon.